What's up, guys? We are longing Dogecoin before CPI. Staying bullish on this market, guys. Staying bullish. People are going to short the CPI. People are going to be dumb. I'm staying bullish. And I'm even fucking longing Dogecoin, guys. Shit is bullish. We'll wait for some more people to get in, and I'll explain to you my next trade that I'm taking here today on Dogecoin. We locked in our Bitcoin profits. We made $6,600 on that. We made $9,000 on Rose, and now we're putting a starter position on Dogecoin. Currently, I'm putting a $5,000 position on 10x leverage, so a very small position, although I'm highly considering putting a much bigger position on this because I think this is honestly one of the best looking trades I have seen in quite some time. Honestly, this is this is one of the best trades I've seen in a while, and yeah, I'm gonna explain it today on this little live stream. Then I'm gonna head out. So let's check something out right now. All right, go to Bitcoin on the 2-hour time frame. Okay, you see how Bitcoin on the 2-hour time frame has no bullish divergences. Okay, and it's bullish as fuck, but there are no bullish divergences. I love divergence. Right, look at Dogecoin. Okay, you can see here it has bullish divergence. Right, as we came lower, strength went higher. That's what I'm always looking for. Right, so bam, we got bullish divergence into now a somewhat of a double bottom on a smaller time frame. Support, you can see we had these highs right here. Look at this, lows, lows, lows right here, right? You had, sorry, this looks messy, right? You had bam, 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 bam. Okay, and so this gives us our very likely bottoming area. Because now, guys, look what we've done. We pumped up in Doge 35%, and now we've pulled back, bam, right now 21%. If we come down to this these green circles I just drew, that'll be a 24% pullback after going up 37%. If you know how the market flows, guys, it goes up, it goes down, and then it goes up, and then it goes down. So here, we went up a lot, we came down a lot, and now we can go back up again, right? You go up 37%, you come back down 24% before you go back up. That's how the market works. It doesn't go up in a straight line. So, yeah, dude, I really, really love this because you got bullish divergence in a support. You got a double bottom forming on the smaller time frames, okay? You got these previous supports and resistance now coming down, okay, at a point where we've already now dumped 24% going into that support. You see, a massive dump into a massive and major support is a very likely bottom point. So that's how I've drawn up this and this as basically what we're expecting right now for Dogecoin. Okay, is tomorrow after the CPI, guys, we're either going to come slightly lower, which is going to come down to these entries, and then we're going to pump from there. I'm thinking, okay, we're either going to come down slightly lower and then pump, or we're just going to bottom right now where we are and go higher from where we are right now. So this is what I'm planning for, guys. Okay, we're longing Dogecoin because I like the bullish signs I see in Dogecoin more than I like Bitcoin right now. I actually think Dogecoin looks more bullish than Bitcoin. You got all this support here, whereas Bitcoin's next support isn't until down here, right? It's not until down here, right? And Dogecoin is a more volatile coin right now, right? Here, it pumped up 35%, and then it pulled back 21 to 24%. So because it's pumped 30% there, pull back 20% there in a small time frame, okay? In that same time frame, right? In that same time frame, how many days was this? That's 9 days. Okay, in the same 9 days, okay, Bitcoin has went up 10%. When Doge went 30% down 25%. So there's a leverage multiplier here, right? Dogecoin goes down way more than Bitcoin, But also, we're probably going to go up a lot more in Dogecoin if I'm right here and I catch the bottom where I think it's going to be, which I think the bottom for Dogecoin here in the short term is going to be there, or it's going to be there. We're either bottoming right now, or we're going to go slightly lower after CPI, bottom there and pump is what I'm thinking. How's the quality of the stream? Is everything okay, and can everyone hear me? Because I see there's only 35 viewers when I'm dropping absolute game right now. People don't understand how good this is, bro. This is one of the best trades I've seen in a long time, honestly. One of the best trades I've seen in a long time. So yeah, I've explained that then. I guess we only have 34 viewers, so only 34 legends who are going to know about this Dogecoin trade. So yeah, I'm super bullish on Bitcoin. I think we're going to head up to 32K still, at least. So worst case, you know, we're going to pull back to the range highs, okay, which makes sense, right? We ranged, bam, we ranged for 18 days, I think it was, 24 days. So yeah, bro, I highly doubt we're gonna break below this range here. I think that's the worst that's gonna happen. And honestly, everyone's probably waiting to long the range high here tomorrow, so we may not even get there. That's why we may already be at the bottom for this right now. It's like we could literally pump from here, or we might have to come a little lower before pumping. Remember, market doesn't go up in a straight line. Sometimes you got to go down before you can go up. And that's how the market moves. Some people got to take profits before they can, you know, get back in. So, yeah, dude, I love this trade. And this could be a very freaking good trade. Because, look, I've only put $5,000 in this trade. But guess what? If I'm right here, I expect we're going to pump up to 98.098, right? I expect we'll get up to here. And in that range, guys, I'll be up 0.096, let's say. I'll be up another $8,600 there, which I think is pretty damn likely. Okay, Bitcoin dominance is in resistance. It's at resistance, right? So that does give me some confidence to be longing altcoins, even though I know Bitcoin dominance is very bullish, but we actually got some right here. Bearish divergence, bam, at resistance. All right, let's look at the 4-hour. Bearish divergence at our insane resistance. So guys, this is an all-time right now. This is a freaking all-time right now, bro. I know a lot of people think Bitcoin's going to break out of this resistance right now. And look, it may break out later, but I think as of today, as of tonight, actually, okay, after CPI, Bitcoin dominance may take over. I'm honestly thinking, basically, if CPI is, I think it's going to be an overall bullish catalyst for the markets based on what I'm seeing in the charts, right? Otherwise, I wouldn't be longing Dogecoin because we're at support. Everything points to us bouncing here in Dogecoin, and everything points to, you know, majority of things point to us staying bullish in Bitcoin here. So I think basically this run is really going to cement the bullishness, right? A lot of people are going to start rotating into altcoins if Bitcoin rips out to 32K here. So I'm positioning pretty early in an altcoin that I think will do well here. Now, Dogecoin's interesting because there's a lot of speculation that Elon Musk will integrate it with Twitter. So honestly think because Elon Musk has taken Twitter, it's given Dogecoin a lot more of a bull case, in my opinion, more than it had before. And now if Dogecoin gets integrated into Twitter, I think that just gives it a very strong, I think that gives it a great strong utility for going to $1. And, you know, yeah, Dogecoin could actually hit $1 now, for sure. So like, I'm not saying this is the trade that's going to take us up to $1. I'm saying that, hey, you know, it's just actually a more bullish coin now, in my opinion. And so that's something to consider and keep in mind. Okay, so look at me, guys. I put this trade on live with you. I'm only up $8. I'll probably be in the red here in 2 seconds, right? So this trade is live with you guys. $5,000 on 10x leverage. It's not a big position right now. I'll wait until after CPI to potentially increase my position size. What I want to do is, if we come down a little lower into the support from CPI, okay, if we come down another 3 to 4% lower, bam, that's where I want to load the boat. And I may actually put a pretty sizable position on this, because this looks absolutely freaking beautiful, dude. It really does. This is a beautiful trade. Beautiful charts. And I love it. All right. You can follow my trades, guys. If you're watching and you don't know, click the first link down below this video to join my alerts Telegram channel. I already alerted everyone in my alerts to long Dogecoin. So if you want to get these alerts live and in real time that I'm taking, because I don't always live stream, I don't always make videos. I do it when I want to, and so if you want to get these live trades sent to you, it's completely free. I don't charge you a penny. Just make sure you sign up on my referral link so I can get a tiny bit of a kickback. It's the least I deserve, and it's the least you can do when I'm going to be providing trades for free for you. And ultimately, I can make a lot more if I charged, but at the end of the day, I help you guys for completely free. So you can click the first link down below this video, go to crashtrading.com/crashalerts to join my alerts. And I share all my trades live and in real time with you guys. I show you my stop loss. I show you exactly what we're doing. I show you the game plan, and we make money together. It's a beautiful thing. And fuck, I think this is gonna be an awesome trade. I'm thinking about putting, dude, if we dip down a little from CPI, bro, I might have to put on. I've got a $5,000 position, but this is one of those trades that actually gets me alive. It actually gets me like, oh fuck yeah, this is a trade right here, you know. So this trade may actually get me to come out of hibernation and put like a $30,000 position on, $20,000 position on. You know, this is a beautiful setup. It really is. This one, you know, just imagine a UFC fighter who says, "Man, I want to fight that gets me excited. I want to fight that's gonna get me to actually come and wake up in the morning and go fight." That's how it is with me and trading right now, bro. You need to show me something that's gonna make me come out of retirement. You need to show something that's gonna make me want to actually put some size on it. Otherwise, I'm playing small and I'm just playing chill, you know. And I honestly, I like this. This is a nice style I'm developing over time. And it's what I plan to do, man. Getting better every single year. And, you know, and that's something I love about running my alerts. Running my alerts has made me better. It's made me understand that it's not just myself that I'm alerting for. It's not just myself. I have to worry about others. And so that puts a little more pressure on me, but it's a good pressure that makes me better. So it's a great benefit that I get out of running alerts for free, is I get even better because I have more pressure and I want to make sure that my people do well. So that's a beautiful setup, bro. But yeah, guys, I've explained that. So hey, you're asking, are you worried about V1 monkeys being bigger than V2? Absolutely not. If you watch our live stream from earlier today, guys, I talked about monkeys. I talked about basically why V1 is higher. So I'll go ahead and explain it again briefly. So why is monkeys V1 higher right now, and why am I not concerned at all? Why do I not give a shit at all? It's super simple, bro. I feel bad for people that don't get it, but I think anyone buying monkeys V1 is going to get dumped on, because guess who launched V1? Okay. And guess who has all the supply on V1? This is a one-man pump right now with a few people who don't really know what's happening are buying into it, a few people. And you need to understand. So let's explain what happened and what is happening right now with everything. Let's see here. Let's go to the real monkeys. Okay. And I'm so confident here, bro. That's something that you should learn is do not fade me when I'm my most confident. Anyone who knows when I am my most confident, especially like those are the times to fucking double down on what I'm saying. Those are the times where, bro, it's very rare that I'm wrong in my most confident moment. So this is what's happening, right? Is see over here when the scam developer launched monkeys, he bought a bag, okay, of monkeys, a lot, between 60 wallets, guys. He bought a bunch of monkeys, right, at the launch when he launched the coin, and then he dumped 5% of the supply on us up here and up here, and was selling into everyone on every single bounce. And that's how we had all this momentum, and then he sold into everyone and dumped us. And this is when the community decided, okay, this is not right. This guy dumped all his coins. He deleted the Telegram and he ran. Okay, he dumped all his coins, deleted the Telegram channel, ran, guys. Okay, so this is basically, I'm giving you the sequence of what's happened. And so, like, basically, if you're not following closely and you're not inside the Telegram, if you're not inside truly on top of it, you don't know what's happening. So I'm literally keeping you up to date on everything you need to know, right? So basically, scam developer launches the coin, buys it up at the beginning, bam, it pumps. He starts dumping on everyone. Okay, community decides, fuck that. That's bullshit. There's zero money for marketing because he dumped all his coins. Let's migrate over to V2, okay, and have a sustainable contract that will have some buy and sell fees so that there will be money for marketing. Because at this point, this scam developer, he says he has $0 left, and he says that he's not going to pay a single dollar for marketing. He says he's poor. He says he wants to die. These are all his messages that he was saying. So then we migrate to V2. And in the process of migrating to V2, it turns out that he had more wallets, guys. He had more tokens, and you can verify all this on chain. So he ends up actually having over 10% of the supply, guys. Okay. And he migrates that over to V2, and you see this cascade right here. You see this dump? This was him dumping all his V1 coins that he migrated from, that he bought from here. Okay, he migrated these over to here, and he dumped all 10% plus of the coins into everyone here. As he dumps over 10% of the coins here, tanks the price, then guess what he ends up doing with the money he sold on everyone? As he dumps this, he goes and starts pumping it here, okay? That is the sequence of what has happened. And so now, basically what he's doing, he's tricking people into thinking that V1 has a chance, when really it's just him pumping it, and then a few people who don't understand what's actually happening are buying in, and then he's gonna dump on them too, right? Because you need to understand, look at this dump. Who caused this dump? The scam developer. Look at these dumps. Look who sold into these. This scam developer, okay? So the scam developer is the master at creating the pumps and dumping into people, okay? Look at this, guys. He launched this other coin this week called George, okay? Elon Musk tweeted about a monkey named George, or basically Curious George or something. So what did he do? Guys, this scam piece of shit launches George instantly. Elon makes his tweet, and this guy already has his contracts ready to deploy. So guess what he does, guys? Just like monkeys. He launches the coin off of Elon tweet, right? Off of Elon. He lets it pump, and he dumps into everyone. That shit goes to zero, right? That's all he does, guys. He waits for Elon. He launches a contract. He lets it pump. He dumps on everyone. Okay, and so poor people buying V1 right now don't understand that basically all he did was he sold and dumped on V2, and now with the money he made from dumping on V2, he's going and he's pumping V1, okay? And so all he's doing is tricking people. He's pumping and dumping on everyone. This guy is a professional scammer. And so as people start to believe, oh my God, is V1 the real one? They don't understand what actually happened. He dumped this and transferred that to here. He transferred that to buying here. And so as he transferred he basically stole our market cap and he rotated it into here. This is all him. It's all him. And so now he starts to lead you to believe that this is doing well, and just like he does every time, he will dump the shit out of it, okay? Because this guy, he is not here for the long term. He is here to launch pump and dump scams and dump on people whenever it makes the most sense to him, which to him, it means fucking selling out and dumping right away, okay? This guy always dumps fast, and he always pulls in rugs on the pump. So poor people right now are buying V1, or some people who don't understand the situation are being misled into buying that. What they don't understand is this is an unsustainable one-man pump. This entire pump, all he did was, guys, he rotated our market cap into his coin. Okay, his scam version of the coin. That's all that's happening. And so a few people are buying in, right? Because they don't know what's actually happened. They don't understand the flow of money and exactly the sequence of events that he's been doing. And so, yeah, a few people are actually buying in who don't know, and they're going to get fucking dumped on, okay? Because this guy is a piece of shit. All he does is dump coins to zero. He launches scams, and he dumps them to zero and uses people in the hype as exit liquidity. This is a prime example. He launched this week. 2 days ago when Elon made a tweet. This guy's a piece of shit scammer, and I feel bad for the people to a certain degree that are buying the V1 right now because, dude, this guy will sell out, he will dump, and he will fuck more people. But hey, what can you do for people? That's why you need to do your own research. That's why you need to actually understand what's happening, and that's why the meme coin space moves fast, and you can get dumped on so fucking quick that you lose 90% of your money overnight. So, it sucks for anyone who's buying. Look at this guy, whoever bought. This may be Doki or maybe someone else right now. I'm not going to do on-chain analysis right now on stream. But if, this poor guy could be down 90% on his money, just like, this guy always does. He also launched, guys, read the messages, guys. He was talking to Monkey Man. He said, I don't want to pay a single dollar for marketing. He said, I'll go launch Banana to get some money for marketing. So he launched a coin called Banana, and he made around 14 Ethereum. And I don't know, I can't find the version that he made. 15 days ago. No, I don't think this is it, because this is at 10 million market cap. No, I don't think this is it. But yeah, basically he said, I don't want to pay him a dollar for marketing. Which one was it that he made? If anyone knows which one he made. But yeah, he said, I don't want to pay a dollar for marketing. I'm going to go create a coin called Banana to get some money for marketing. And then from the messages I read, supposedly that coin only lasted a day or two before it dumped to zero. So that's all this guy does. He's a professional scammer. He launches coins and then dumps them. So yeah, that's what's going to happen to the V1 buyers. This guy's not in it for the long term, and he's misleading people, and he's going to dump on them. But that's why people need to do their own research. They need to understand what's happening. And that's why I do feel bad for some who are completely unaware. But at the end of the day, how bad can you feel for people when they get dumped on? Because at the end of the day, it's up to them to do their research and understand what they're buying and what they're getting into. So the way I look at it is this can get dumped to zero, just like George and just like Banana, right? All this guy's doing, he's just pumping it, luring you in, and then he's going to dump it. And so just like George went to zero and just like Banana went to zero, okay, this is also going to go to zero, just like everything else he creates and he has the tokens in, then he dumps it. So the downside here is you lose 100% of your money, right? Now here's the beautiful thing about monkeys, okay, right now. We're going to call this real monkeys, bro. This is the real one. This is literally just a scam artist in motion right now, okay? A scam artist in motion. So here's the thing with V1. V2, the real monkeys, okay? Okay, so Doki dumps on us. He's fucking us right now in the short term, okay? But basically what's happening is, look at the market cap, 1 million. Okay, this will not go below 500K market cap. Okay, so we have a floor beneath us. We have a basketball, and when a basketball bounces off a floor, well, when a basketball hits a floor, it bounces. Right, that's what's going to happen basically. Why will monkeys not go below 500K market cap? Because, guys, I am valuable. Licks is valuable. The community and the trust we've built is valuable. There's a real value here. Okay, there's speculative value. There's the team value. There's the trust value. There's me supporting this. There's me gobbling up any dip we get. There's other people gobbling up any dip we get. And so that's why I'm telling you, you will not see this go and stay below 500K market cap. Any dip here is going to get absolutely slurped the fuck up. So, for example, if Doge has any coins left, he will, if he dumps this like real quickly, it's going to get slurped up so fast. Okay, I'm telling you, 500,000 is our intrinsic floor. We won't go below that and stay below it, right? We can wick down to 500K, but we won't get below it and stay below it. There's too much actual real value here, okay? So once again, the beautiful thing here is you actually have a floor. You actually have an intrinsic value. You actually have a team not full of scammers like this freaking guy, okay? And you have an actual community of people. This one is just a few bots and a couple idiots who don't know what's happening and are not even ready or prepared to get dumped on. These are people supporting a literal scam artist, okay? So the beautiful thing about V1 here is look at your risk to reward, okay? You have 50% downside before we hit our absolute floor, and you have infinite upside from there. The problem with this right here, guys, is we already know the scam artist will dump on everyone. So your risk here is 100% because this guy will dump it to fucking zero, as he's done with George and as he's done with Banana, okay? But guess what? You think this is going to go to zero when I'm gobbling up the fucking dip? When other people are gobbling up the dip? When there's a community that trusts the team here and what we're doing? Absolutely not. See, this can go to zero. This is not going to go to zero because we actually have real over 1,000 people supporting this. Real people, not bots, not some Chinese peasants, okay? And so that's the thing. This has a real intrinsic floor. This doesn't. This has a scam artist that will dump it to zero. So you have 50% downside here. You have 100% downside here with the scam developer leading it and has all the supply. Let's go check the Etherscan. Now, obviously, he has his tokens split between a lot of wallets, but we may be able to look and see if there's any really big wallets that he's just not even splitting up. So yeah, obviously he split it up, but you have a lot of wallets with 2.9, 2.9, 2.7, 2.6. The point is he split them up a lot between a lot of wallets like this right here. See it, how they have the same exact amount there. That's a dead giveaway. That's Doki right there, okay? So I mean, clearly he split them up between a lot of wallets, but this is a one-man pump, and let me tell you, obviously, one man cannot take something to the moon. It is unsustainable, right? One man cannot push the price forever. So it's inevitable he's going to understand that he can't push it up, and then he's going to dump, right? Once he realizes he can't do this by himself. He can't push this up by himself. So we have a real floor beneath us here. Well, here, there is no floor, okay? The floor is zero. Here, our floor is actual 500K. So, yeah, if you have V1, the smartest thing to do is dump that shit and come over to V2, the real one, bro. Because you're literally supporting a scam artist on V1 right now. All right, let's look at Gatsby. Gatsby is a very simple play, but it's not going viral and it's not getting a ton of attention right now. But that is okay. We plant our seeds in the bear market when people are not talking about things because we have the expectation that in the future, a lot of people will be talking about things, right? All it takes, guys, is an Elon tweet of his dogs, and all of a sudden, Gatsby is pumping because now there's an influx of people looking, oh, Gatsby, what? Let's search up the coin, right? Because he makes a tweet about Gatsby, right? So that's the thing. You can't be, like, there are slower periods, and really meme coins can go sideways for a year, before they all of a sudden they 50x in 1 week because of a catalyst or something happens. So Gatsby looks incredibly strong, and basically there's a lot of support here, people holding it. There's a lot of intrinsic value here between the holders, myself, Licks, and people who are holding this for the long term here. So there's not a lot of downside at all on Gatsby, and there's a lot of upside. Okay, you won't see this go below 300K. That's my estimation. So you have like very little downside, and you got all the upside in the world. The question is, how long are you willing to wait for upside? Because there's no reason necessarily this has to explode tomorrow or the day after or the day after that or the day after that. But the thing about meme coins is it's about positioning yourself early at a very low entry, the lowest market cap you could possibly get in, knowing that there's going to be an influx of people that come after you later in the future. Knowing that, hey, if 1.3 thousand people hold it today, how many more people could know about it in the future? And the growth may be slow right now, right? But that's the thing about altcoins. They can go sideways for years before, bam, Elon tweet about his dog, and oh my God, now this thing just rips up. Okay? So that's the thing. The thing about Gatsby is it doesn't have to pump today. It doesn't have to pump tomorrow. It doesn't have to pump the next day. The key is you're positioning yourself at such a low entry cost into a coin that more people are going to find out about later, that more people are going to buy later. Because it's an Elon dog and he's going to post about his dogs on Twitter, that's inevitable. You're front running the attention and the people that will find out and come into this later. The question is, does that have to happen tomorrow? No. Does that have to happen next week? No. But you're positioning yourself super low, super early before those people come. Okay? That's what you got to understand. So it's the biggest dog in the family. Floki is at over a 320 million market cap. So the way people will look at this and speculate on the narrative is, Floki is at a 320 million market cap. Why is the biggest dog in the Musk family only at a 500K market cap? That's how people think about it, and that's how people will think about it. Elon posts his dogs, and people will think about that, and people will get behind this. Okay, now you're early. So you need to understand, it doesn't have to happen tomorrow. It doesn't have to happen the day after or the week after, right? You plant your seeds and you let the tree grow, right? It could take years for a tree to grow to a good size, right? But you're getting in early and you're getting in at the ground floor. This is ground floor, So that is the breakdown for Gatsby. All right, someone banned first name. If Jay, if you're in here, you can ban him. Anyone who says stupid shit, just ban them. They can go create a new YouTube account and a new Twitter account to follow me, because we all know they will. You can't ignore this. You can't ignore my calls. You cannot ignore what I'm doing. I'm too fucking good to ignore. So you will go make a new YouTube account and you will go make a new Twitter account. And look, I don't know how many accounts you're willing to make, but you'll keep making them if you're talking shit and being stupid. Okay, now the truth is, you're going to want to watch me if you get your account blocked right now. So you better shut the fuck up while you can, or else you're going to have to go make a new account. And then I know you'll shut the fuck up on that next account because you don't want to get blocked. You don't want to be denied access from watching me. There's a reason you're watching me at 2 a.m. in the morning if you're in the U.S. right now, or 1 a.m. in the morning in the U.S., okay, because you can't ignore greatness. You have to watch me. I'm too good to ignore. So shut the fuck up while you can, or get to making a new YouTube and Twitter account, because that's what you will do, because you will watch me. I've gave my thoughts on Hex a million times, so I already told everyone that Hex it needs adoption. It needs people to find out about it, or else it's just going to be a circle jerk of money rotating between Hex users and the ecosystem they've developed. So if more and more people find out about Hex, then absolutely, I think it's actually a really good design to get people to lock up their money, delay gratification, and that puts less selling pressure on the coin. So the design of the coin is very good if people actually do it, So I like the design of Hex, but in actuality, there's only a certain amount of people that are using it and actually believe in that coin, right? So it's great if everyone in the world believed in it. If everyone in the world believed in Hex, that shit would outperform Bitcoin, right? It would, because of the way it's designed. The problem is that not everyone in the world is going to subscribe to Hex, right? That's what you have to objectively understand. So you can admire it as a product and a design and say, man, this is designed well if everyone believed in it. But that's a limitation it has, is does everyone believe in it? And are more people finding out about it? So that's the problem with Hex, is right now, for the most part, it's a circle jerk of money rotating between Hex to Hex to Hex people, but there's not a lot of new Hex people, right? I'm sure there's some people finding out about Hex, but not a lot of people getting into and finding out about Hex. It's mostly the same users, I feel like, you know, just rotating money between each other. So yeah. So guys, I'm telling you, bro, right? This is not going to get below 500K and stay below 500K. Like, this is insane entries. This is insane entries at 1 million and below is truly insane, because, okay, if you put in 1 Ethereum here, okay, the worst that can happen to you is I think you'll be down to 0.5 Ethereum, but I truly don't think it's even possible to go below 500K market cap and stay below it with the whale support of myself, Licks, and a lot of my friends and a lot of people that are also in this. Like, you guys are my friends. You're watching this stream. You guys are my friends. Like, we hold this shit down because we understand the opportunity, right? So, you know, if you put 1 ETH in, like this, any dip will get fucking slurped up so fast. Like, it's not even funny. So, like, in my opinion, the worst that could happen is you put in 1 ETH, you could be down to 0.5 ETH. But bam, we triple, you're up to 3 ETH. We 6x, you're up to 6 ETH. Okay? So it's a very asymmetric bet. It's a very asymmetric bet. Right? Bam, we're up here, you're at 9 ETH. 12 ETH. Right? So how insane is that? That you could risk 0.5 ETH to make 3 ETH, 6 ETH, 9 ETH, 12 ETH, 15 ETH, 18 ETH. Guys, the sky is the limit for this meme. Go on Twitter and see for your damn self. Okay, and you go to Elon's profile. You go to his list. He has a list called monkeys, bro. Okay. He doesn't even need to post monkeys, but imagine he does start posting monkeys. Imagine he has a strange obsession with monkeys like he does with Dogecoin and Shiba Inus, right? Think about it, right? Why did Dogecoin rocket? Because Elon Musk made it freaking viral, because he had an obsession with Doges and tweeting about Dogecoin. Why did Floki go rip like crazy? Because he decided to buy a Shiba Inu and name it Floki. See, what Elon Musk shitposts about rockets. He shitposts about Dogecoin, it rockets. He shitposts about his naming his dog his Shiba Inu Floki, it rockets, right? He he gets a Shiba Inu, names it Floki. Well, there's also Shib, right? Which is he's not associated with, but that shit rockets, right? So, like, anything he shitposts about rockets. If this man starts shitposting about monkeys, do you understand? This thing's at a 1 million market cap. Well, let's look at the market caps of everything he's shitposted about. Okay, so Floki, he shitposts about his Shiba Inu that he names Floki, and this goes to, that's the wrong contract, and that's the wrong pair. I don't know where the right contract is. 330 million. Okay, so he shitposts about this, and it goes to 330 million. Okay, he shitposts about Dogecoin, and that goes to 11 billion. And you got Shiba Inu, which just because it's a Shiba Inu, and he has a dog Shiba Inu, that goes to 6 billion. 6 billion. Okay, so if this man starts shitposting about monkeys, look at all the examples you have. Okay, look at the examples you have. Okay, so once you understand that, all right, let's go through this real quickly. Floki. What this man shit posts goes to the moon. Shiba Inu, he shit posts well, he didn't specifically shit post Shiba Inu, but he bought a Shiba Inu and named it Floki. Goes to the moon. Tweets about Dogecoin, goes to the moon. If he starts posting about monkeys, this shit will literally rip so fucking far, so fucking high. And look at the market caps of all these. 6 billion. Look at the market cap of this. 11 billion. And look at the market cap of this. 300 million. Okay? So here is this. 1 million market cap. Everything that he has shit posted about before has went to 6 billion, 11 billion, 300 million. And you're not going to tell me that's worth some ETH? 1 ETH to make, based on everything he shit posted about before, went to 300 mil and higher. Okay, that's 300x plus potential. Just off the previous example of what he's shit posted about, have all went to 6 bill, 11 bill, 300 mil. So if people don't get that, let them not get it. But when this man starts posting monkeys and this shit starts rocketing because people are buying it because he's shit posting, and when this man shit posts, shit rips. Okay? That's a simple fact. So he's got a very good chance of doing that here. Okay? So it's a very simple play, and you know what I mean? So if you chuck in 1 Ethereum, guys, look at every previous example we've had before. 300 million, which by the way, this hit 3 billion in the bull market. Shiba Inu hit 80 billion in the bull market, and Dogecoin hit 100 billion at one point, right? So look at the previous examples and look at the upside. Okay, you could literally turn 1 Ethereum into 100 Ethereum, 1 Ethereum into 300 Ethereum, 1 Ethereum into 1,000 Ethereum, 1 Ethereum into 3,000 Ethereum. That's how insane the upside is. That's the potential. It doesn't mean potential will always be met, but the fact that you have the potential there, and then you have a capped downside, guys. You have a capped downside. It's the most asymmetrical bet that you could possibly make in any market. Okay, 100x leveraged longing Bitcoin at the bottom doesn't even necessarily compare to the magnitude of the opportunity of turning 1 Ethereum into 300 Ethereum. Right? That's the kind of opportunity this is. Everything he shit posted in the past has went to a 3 billion market cap and higher. So you don't think monkeys can go to 100 million, 300 million, 1 billion, especially if he starts shit posting about monkeys, right? So dude, it's a crazy, 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 crazy opportunity. That's the way I look at it, you know? Super simple. It doesn't take a genius to realize that you could put 1 ETH and it could be worth 300 Ethereum later. It doesn't mean it will. It doesn't mean the potential will always be met. But the fact that you even have the chance to turn 1 Ethereum into 300 Ethereum, that's something very worth betting on. And let's say it's not a 100% chance he starts shit posting monkeys. But let's say it's a 20% chance. Then that means you got a 20% chance to turn 1 Ethereum into 300 Ethereum. Now, some may argue and say it's a higher chance that he's going to start shit posting about monkeys. You know, I know some people who say it's a 50% chance, some who say they think it's a 80%, and some who say they think it's 100%. At the end of the day, you just got to look at it yourself and think, he may start shit posting monkeys. Everything he shit posts about goes to the absolute fucking moon. Why would this be any different? It wouldn't be any different. This shit will absolutely rip if he starts shit posting monkeys. But just a speculation on what if he starts shit posting monkeys is enough to get this to 100 million market cap plus, especially in a more speculative environment. It's such a freaking simple, plan. So yeah, guys. Yeah, I got a position in Dogecoin. Rewind the stream, guys. If you missed the beginning of the stream, I explained my Dogecoin trade that I have planned right now, and I expect this to pump back up to 9 cents to 10 cents. At 10 cents, we'll be making over $10,000 on this trade. I share all my trades live, guys. If you're not in my alerts, click the first link down below to join. I'm expected to make around $11,000 if we pump up to 10 cents on this trade. Very simple. very easy and very confident trade. I did it this beginning of this live stream. I did an entire breakdown and analysis for this trade. And look at my drawing. Come back to this in 6 days. Come back to this. I'm sorry. Come back to this in 15 days, bro. And watch how my drawing plays out. You see, I'm not Capo. When Capo draws a capitulation candle, okay, this shit actually does a giga green candle. Okay, so I'm not Capo. The way I draw shit up, it actually plays out the way I draw it up. Okay, so while Capo is drawing capitulation candles, we're out here actually drawing the future, bro. Watch, come back to this in 15 days. We're gonna go from there to somewhere around there. It's the movement, guys. Look, it's the movement of the market. I've explained this concept now four times today. Look at this. When you have a basketball and you have a floor, okay, basketballs bounce when they hit the ground. Okay, you see this basketball? Bam, it hits the ground, it bounces. That's science. It's literal science, okay? So what we have is the same thing on Doge. If you have a basketball right here and you have a floor right here, you see all this support, it's a fucking floor right there. All this support, this is a floor. You have a basketball. It bounces off. The energy, see how there's so much energy that went from here down to here. See, all this energy is going to lead to some transfer of energy back up. Okay? Unless, in a rare occasion, you'll be wrong and it'll break down even further. But you have to look at the probabilities that, hey, this ball is not going to smash through all this support in this floor. Okay? When you have a lot of energy that goes up and a lot of energy that goes down, this energy does not disappear. Okay? Energy up, energy down. When you have this 24% dump, expect at least a 10% pump back up. If you're right in that the basketball will bounce. Sometimes the basketball is going to be deflated by the time it hits the ground. And a deflated basketball will not bounce as high as it could, right? An inflated basketball will bounce very high when it hits the ground. A deflated ball will hit the ground, it'll still bounce, but it may not bounce as much as an inflated ball. Guys, this is science. Once you understand, like, the market moves, and when you trade this shit every day, and you trade it, I don't trade it every day, but when you trade this every month, every week, pretty much, you understand the flow of the market, you understand how it moves, and you get a pattern recognition, and you start to understand, okay, we just pumped up 30%, and we pulled back 21%. Okay? There is a transfer of energy from there to there into our floor. And this basketball is going to bounce off the floor very, 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 very likely. Okay? It's just how the market moves. And a lot of people, they'll probably talk shit. And a lot of people, they won't get it. They won't get it. And I don't expect people to get it. Okay? You'll never get what it feels like to be this fucking good at feeling the market and understanding the way it moves, bro. I have a sixth sense. It's called market sense, okay? You can't, people don't have this sense. You can't buy it. You can't buy this market sense. You have to go get it for yourself on your own journey and your own experience trading the market. I have a market sense that, like, a lot of people will never have in their life, bro. I'm blessed. I don't take it for granted, but I acknowledge it. I understand that, So there's some things that I try to explain and people will make fun of it. They'll make fun of it. What are you talking about? A basketball bounces off the ground. Oh, that's so stupid. Why are you longing a Dogecoin in a recession? You don't get it, bro. You don't understand how the market moves. Just stay the fuck out of my comments, okay? Go watch someone else who's going to tell you some bullshit and give you some basic ass perspective. They don't even understand what the fuck they're doing, bro, at all. They have they probably have like 1/100th as much screen time behind these charts as me. Okay? There are people who have traded 30 years who can't see the market the way I see it, bro. I have not traded for 30 years, but there are people who have traded that long. They'll never feel this market on the level and the way that I feel it, bro. Because they'll never have that sixth sense. Market sense, bro. I got it. I know a lot of people don't like it. They think it's cocky. They think it's this, they think it's that. Bro, it's belief in yourself. Find it. Get it for yourself. You know? Understand you're special. So I understand that I am, you know? And I'm not going to lie to myself and tell myself, oh, Crassus, you're not a special guy. Crassus, whoa, you don't understand how the market moves. Nah, bro, I get how the market moves. I fucking trade this shit all the fucking time. Of course I'm going to be good at this. Of course I'm going to understand the way it moves. You can't do something so much and suck at it. Okay? You can't do something this much and suck at it. Now, you can do something this much and not be as good at feeling and seeing what I see, right? But at the end of the day, bro, if you put a lot of time into something, it's going to be hard to suck ass at it, you know? So that's why I'm telling you, bro. Monkeys, bro, this shit's not going to go below 500K and stay below it. You have limited downside and you have all the upside in the world. And so here we are, right? In my last live stream, there was a guy commenting monkeys to 0. And I would agree, V1 to 0 for sure. But this one I'm here right now is not, bro. I guarantee you, bro. And it's like, why do people have to argue and bet against me, bro? It drives me crazy. At least if you are gonna bet against me, do it respectfully. You know, I deserve that respect. You know, because there's no reason to shit on me for my opinions when my opinions are making a lot of people a lot of money. My opinions help a lot of people. And my opinion, I'm making it to try and help you, bro. So don't disrespect me when I'm trying to give you an opinion that I'm trying to help you out with. But a lot of people are disrespectful, bro. But that's just a reflection of who you are. Unhappy with yourself. That's why you got to go disrespect and be a fucking asshole to other people. So, you know, in my last live stream, there was a guy commenting, monkeys to 0. Bro, do it respectfully, but at the end of the day, I'm telling you right now, this shit's not going to go below and stay below 500K market cap. Your downside is capped, and you can turn 1 Ethereum into 3, into 6, into 9, into 12, into 15. If Elon starts shit posting about monkeys, this shit is going to fucking rip, just like everything else he's shit posted about in the past. Everything else he's shit posted in the past went to 3 billion market cap and higher. This is a fact, this is an objective fact, bro. Look, we can't see the market cap on Floki, but this did hit a $3 billion market cap. Okay, so anything he shit posted about before has went to a 3 billion market cap. If he shit posts about monkeys, why should we expect it to not get to a 3 billion market cap? Well, I'll give you one reason why. Maybe because, hey, we're not in a money printing environment. So maybe we don't go as high as 3 billion, but it's damn logical to think you could go to 1 billion. That's 1,000x from here. You have the potential to turn 1 Ethereum into 1,000 Ethereum. If you don't understand that, then you deserve to miss out on the potential and the opportunity. Okay. There are people who thought that buying a dog coin called Shiba is stupid. There are once people who thought that buying a dog coin called Dogecoin would be stupid. And there are people who thought that buying a dog called Floki would be stupid. And guess what? They went on to be some of the best fucking trades of a lifetime. Same thing here. There's going to be people who think it's stupid to buy a coin called monkeys. And then Elon goes and shit posts and this shit does 1,000x. A guy puts in $1,000 and he has a million dollars. A guy goes from $1,000 to a millionaire. You call it stupid, but the upside and the potential is there. This man starts shit posting. This shit's gonna rip so fucking hard, but he doesn't even need to shit post. Just the speculation on what if he starts posting about monkeys is plenty enough to get this off the ground up and above 100 million market cap. Now, guys, someone should honestly clip my analysis together and make a video, basically an edited video of my breakdown on monkeys and everything, and I could even pay you. Like, if someone wants that task of editing this up, chopping it up into a nice, concise video for people who missed this live stream or don't have the time to watch this, I'll pay you $100. Send me an email. I'll leave the email down below the stream, and don't make it unless we agree, or if you're in the monkeys Telegram and you want to chop this video up for people to watch my analysis on it and basically how I'm game planning this, then that could be of a lot of use to a lot of people, and basically giving them a concise message in video that's easy to understand instead of them having to watch this like 1 hour live long stream. So someone reach out about that. I also I have an editor who can do it as well, but because Monkeys is a community, bro, I almost want to delegate that task to someone within the community instead of my editor, right? Because I kind of just want to support the community. Like, if someone wants that job, bro, especially if, like, let's say you live in Nigeria or Pakistan, but you can edit a nasty fucking great video, you know, like, bro, $100 goes along your way in another country. So I don't have to hand this to my editor, bro. I can give this job to someone in the Monkeys community, where that $100 that you chop this up, you edit it up, you make a good little video, bam, that $100, you could put that into Monkeys if you're low on money and you want more money for Monkeys. I want to support the ecosystem we're creating, and I want to support people within the community. I could hand this off to my editor, but I could also hand it off to someone who wants it. So reach out. You can text me on Telegram even. If you're in the Monkeys chat, then you know it. I'm not going to hand my Telegram to everyone, but sadly it is kind of out there at this point. But it is what it is. All right, guys. So Clash EV, I have an editor, but honestly, I'm always looking for more editors. Especially, it depends how good you are too, you know. So yeah, you can send me an email. You could reach out. I'll leave the email down below, guys, that you guys can reach out to. Actually, let me type it out right now. It's crash alerts at satoshis.petfish.xyz. Kind of a bad email, right? It's pretty long. It's long as shit. Or you can go trading on Fridays at protonmail.com is the easier one. Okay, so you could email me on either of those emails, and I'll check out your skills. I'll check out what you're capable of, and maybe I'll pay one of you guys, and maybe I'll even pay one of you guys like $200 for a simple, make a digestible piece of content for people who want to get updated on Monkeys, and just make it a better experience for everyone in the community, you know? So yeah, these two emails here, you could send an email in there if you want to possibly get an editing job, because I do have an editor, but like I said, it's always good to have multiple, because sometimes my editor will be asleep and sometimes they won't see your message, and like, I'm definitely down. I'm definitely open to more. So yeah, guys, be very careful. I don't want people to get scammed and dumped on a zero here on that shitter. Luckily, we got a good community. We got a fucking real intrinsic value. We have limited downside. We got all the upside potential in the world, bro. Look at the previous examples of how high what Elon's shitpost goes on to do. You got the same opportunity here, a very likely chance that he starts shitposting Monkeys. But that's the thing, right? He doesn't even need to. Why? Because there's people like me, there's people like you, and there are going to be other people who see this and think, oh my God, I got to buy this. Because what if he starts posting about Monkeys? You see, me and you, we're buying this on a speculation of what if he posts about Monkeys. Other people will do the same. And that's how, without even posting about Monkeys, just the speculation on what if he does is enough to get people buying and going in, because, oh my God, what if he posts about this? Well, Floki went to 3 billion. Dogecoin went to 100 billion. Shiba Inu went to 80 billion. Oh my God, I could literally, getting in at a 50 million market cap, I could still make a 30 to a 50 to 100x. See, that's what people will be thinking at a 50 million market cap. See, the speculation drives more speculation. Speculative buyers drive more speculative buyers. So that's how people think, oh, bro, Monkeys is at 50 million. What if Elon starts shitposting about Monkeys? Look what happened to all the coins before. They went to 3 billion, 80, 100 billion, 80 billion, right? I'm repeating myself overall now, Like, that's the mindset. Speculation drives speculation. Prices going up drives prices going up. Okay? So yeah, guys, hope that all makes sense, guys. I'll check some emails, and hope that all makes sense, bro. I've really broken it all down, I feel like. And if you want the analysis on Hobbs, I did that earlier in the live stream. The live stream I did earlier today, We're long on Dogecoin, guys, long and strong here, while Capo is well, as he would say, short and strong, right? Still short and strong since the bottom, January 17th. This man is still short and strong. Guys, we're long and strong Dogecoin, bro. You know, it's funny. How could one man be so damn bad? I don't know, but I thank him. Because as he continues shorting, that's fuel for us and our longs, you know. Someone's got to be wrong and someone's got to be right, you know. Sadly for him, he's got to be the wrong one and we get to be the right ones. But let's just be thankful that, you know, we actually have skills and we're not brain dead and retarded. I mean, you know, imagine being born like that dumb. You know, it must suck. But luckily, you know, we have to be thankful for what we have. We're not idiots, and, you know, life could have been a lot worse, you know. So remember that. You got to be thankful for what you have now. And when you do that, God will reward you with even more, okay? And I'm not the most religious, most strongly religious, but, you know, I refer to God, and I say that when you say God, that could mean the universe to me. That's how I look at it. It could be the universe, it could be God, but, you know, you get rewarded, man, when you're thankful for what you have, I find. So be thankful that you're not that stupid. Be thankful that you're not Capo, short and strong, and getting your fucking, you know, face ripped off right now.